launching a tasty pastry. It's a low-carb Pop-Tart. It's got 3 to 4 grams of net carbs, and we love this show. This is our best place to be in LA.
Welcome back to Legendary Foods Muscle in the Morning. I'm Dave Palumbo, and today is Thursday, August 4th, 2022. And let's find out what's going on in the world of bodybuilding and fitness. If you're a hardcore bodybuilding fan from the other side of the pond who's really looking forward to the Arnold UK, you're going to want to pay attention today, because we've got a handful of brand new updates coming your way, starting with the news that Hassan Mustafa has officially removed himself from this year's lineup. As we all know, Hassan secured his Olympia qualification a few weeks ago when he won the Orlando Pro, and then he put an encore performance on a week later when he was even more impressive during his win at the Puerto Rico Pro. According to Hassan, right now the plan is for him to spend the next few months concentrating all of his energy into preparing for his Olympia debut, with the hope being that he can do enough to secure himself a place in the top 10. At this point, I think it goes without saying that Hassan is already having the best season of his pro career, so that he can make a few key improvements between now and December. Hopefully that will be enough to help him bring his best, so that he can put an exclamation point on the whole thing. Now, as the old saying goes, when one door closes, another opens. So now that Hassan closed the door on whatever might have been in store for him at the Arnold UK, it leaves the door wide open for someone like Vlad Shiroko to step up and take advantage of the situation. Recently, Vlad's team announced that his name was being added to the list of competitors who are slated to take the stage in September. And you'd imagine that Vlad will be going in there looking to prove that his name belongs in the conversation along some of the other top young athletes that we have in the open division. Even though his season debut back in Portugal didn't go quite as planned, it doesn't change the fact that he's made some undeniable improvements from last year to this. So if he comes in firing on all cylinders, he's someone who might have a chance to compete for a title there before things are all said and done. Outside of someone like Vlad or James Hollingshead, who we're about to get to in a minute, I think if you were to take a poll from the fans about who they were most excited to see hit the stage there, I'd be willing to bet that Andrew Jack's name is right up there near the top of the list. Andrew is on track to make his IFBB debut at the Texas Pro in a few weeks, and depending on what happens there, there's a world where we could potentially see him head into the Arnold with a ton of momentum behind him. Right after he earned his pro card at the Arnold Amateur back in March, there were a handful of people, including legend Flex Wheeler, who thought he was good enough right there and then to place at the top 5 at the Arnold Classic Open if he decided to jump in. So now that he's had some more time to add to that foundation and really dial things in with his conditioning and his prep, you'd think that it would make him even more dangerous. So if this is one of those cases where the hype is real, this guy could end up becoming a major part of the storyline as we head into the second half of the season. Let's just say that everything goes perfect with Vlad and Andrew, and they both show up at their all-time best. That still might not mean a whole lot, because they're going to have a huge obstacle in their way when it comes to trying to deal with James Hollingshead, who's the presumed favorite heading into the show at this point in time. We've highlighted James' off-season work on the show a handful of times over the last few months, and now that he's starting to hit his stride with his prep, you're seeing all that hard work start to pay dividends. When he's got everything working in concert, James is easily one of the 10 best bodybuilders on the planet, and if he shows up there with a full head of steam, I don't see anyone else in that lineup who's got the firepower to slow him down. And that does it for yet another edition of Muscle in the Morning. I'm Dave Palumbo, reminding you to always be true to your passions, and make sure to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.